Hunger in Minecraft is a lot more complex than the simple hunger bar would have you think. Thankfully in Minecraft 1.11, hunger is much easier to deal with. A video about that can be found here. But did you know that there are actually 2 hunger bars in Minecraft? What about the fact that eating cake to fill your hunger bar is pretty useless? Well, let's go ahead and let's see which food is the best. And in the comments down below, let me know which food you tend to prioritize getting in Minecraft. You just might wind up changing your mind after this video. In Minecraft Beta 1.8, we were introduced to the hunger system that we know today. But how does this hunger system really work? What foods are best to eat, and when shouldn't you eat certain foods? Well, here's how it works. In Minecraft, there are actually 2 hunger meters. The visible one, called the food points, and the invisible one, called saturation points. Try and envision that you can see both of these at the same time. As you perform tasks in-game, your invisible hunger meter starts at 20 and begins to go down. When it reaches 0, your visible hunger meter then begins to go down. Makes sense. This explains why your hunger doesn't immediately go down as soon as you begin playing the game. It takes a bit of time. Now, eating food is where the system begins to get a little tricky. Note that every visible pork chop on the hunger bar is actually 2 hunger points, 1 for each half. Every single piece of food in the game heals a little bit of both the visible hunger bar and the invisible one. And a key thing to note is that the invisible hunger bar can never have a value higher than the visible one. Let's look at an example. If your visible hunger bar is going down, that means your invisible one is already at 0. Remember, the invisible one goes from 20 down to 0, then the visible one goes down. If you eat a whole cake when your visible hunger bar hits 6 points, it will completely refill your visible hunger bar, since a whole cake heals 14 hunger points, and that'll bring you up to 20 hunger points, but it will only bring your invisible hunger bar up to 2.8 out of 20, which means before too long, you'll be losing hunger again. It's not very effective. Now let's take a look at cooked salmon instead. It heals 6 visible hunger points and 9.6 invisible hunger points. So if you wait until your visible hunger bar is down to 8 out of 20, and remember your invisible one will be at 0 if it's like this, you can eat exactly 2 cooked salmon. Fill your visible hunger bar and nearly fill your invisible hunger bar, since eating 2 salmon brings your invisible hunger bar up to 19.2 out of 20, since each cooked salmon heals 9.6 invisible hunger points. Does that make sense? I hope so. Alright, so here's a list of food based on the respective nourishment value, which is basically the invisible hunger restored for that food divided by the visible hunger restored for that food. The higher this value is, the better. The bottom 2 rows should be completely avoided if possible, since their values are under 1. If you eat food with nourishment values under 1, you won't fill your invisible hunger meter, which is important. However, you can use the bottom 2 rows with the top rows if you're really crafty. You should only eat the middle row of food if your hunger bar is very low. This way you can still rely on filling up both hunger meters. The second row, aside from the spider eye, is good when your hunger bar is at or just below half. These foods I'd recommend while eating just while playing the game casually. And the top row are the best foods in the game, with the golden carrot being the absolute best overall. These foods should be eaten when your hunger bar is nearly full. While the golden apples and golden carrots have the same nourishment value, golden carrots heal more hunger overall, and they also saturate more. In my opinion, these foods are best for tense combat situations where eating as little as possible, but keeping your hunger up for as long as possible is vital. Obviously, if you have a notch apple, that will help a lot more, but it will be a lot harder to come by in the long run. The golden carrot only requires 8 gold nuggets and a carrot to craft, making them pretty easy to get. And also, 1 golden carrot will bring your invisible hunger bar all the way to 14.4 out of 20. As I said, very good when you need to keep your health regeneration going strong. And that is pretty much all there is to know about the hunger point system itself. Obviously, some foods will give you effects such as regeneration or poison if you're not careful. So if you enjoyed the video, please please leave a rating on the video. I say this at the end of every video now, but it really does help out myself, the video, and the channel quite a lot. Your support over the past couple of months has really kept me going. So anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. My name is AntVenom, and I bid you all farewell. Thanks so much for watching.